Alright, this is Camp Trillium podcast, second one of the season.
Number 2.
I'm Ian.
I'm Tam.
And
I'm Abby.
Abby, we promised guests, and we have delivered.
We have delivered.
Now, we didn't do a podcast during senior staff training, a little busy. And it's now the last night of staff training, staff closure. Sun is setting right there. I can point to it.
I can see it.
See it. The lake to our right. The tuck shop to our backs.
As per usual.
This is where we did the podcast last time. So, who are you, Abby? What do you do? What do you do here at camp?
Well, here at camp, I am a camp nurse. I am also the keeper of mystical beasts.
Mystical beasts, you said?
Ooh. And creatures. Some
and
of them
creatures?
Are nice, yes.
Yes, you may have heard Abby on the podcast last year. She did
make
come on, but we are now in video land, so things are a little bit different. Abby just found out we were going to be in video land moments ago, and good thing you dressed for the occasion.
I did dress.
You wore your Celine Dion dress.
I did wear my Celine Dion dress.
A little fancier than myself.
Yes. So tell us about these mystical creatures you speak of on the island.
Oh, well, we do have numerous types of mystical beasts. Of course, there is the ever-popular unicorn. In the lake, we do have Westy, close cousin of the Loch Ness Monster. We've also been doing some studies on other creatures that have been around. There is the Squipmunk, which we are beginning to classify as a mystical beast.
I've seen one or two of those.
Half squirrel, half chipmunk?
Yes.
All the advantages and none of the disadvantages?
Exactly. So we are branching out our studies a little bit more. We are looking to expand into the Pegasus and Dragon field this summer. Dragons, yeah.
Interesting.
There has been some word that they are on the island.
Now I heard word, I witnessed that you actually came across some unicorn eggs on the out trip.
I did. It was a very exciting moment for our study on unicorns here. There is a sanctuary at the end of the island where it's quite common to find unicorn eggs, but this was totally not in the sanctuary, which means that unicorns are doing their fair bit of reproduction and expanding without the protection of the sanctuary, which is really good news.
Now, how long does it take for a unicorn egg to hatch?
Oh, well, depending on the type of unicorn, the color of the unicorn, how much nutrition and sunlight and rainbows are shining on it, it can take anywhere from 30 seconds to 56 years for a unicorn egg to hatch.
That's quite a range.
That's quite the gestation period.
Yes, it is.
Now, you said it depends on the type of unicorn. I only know of the type from the stories and the movies. The white horse-like thing with the shiny horn.
Yes, well, there are a lot of misconceptions about the different types of unicorn. The one used in the storybook is typically an older standard unicorn, but there are 3 other types of unicorns which people don't always know about. There is the rock-footed unicorn, which is more of a warrior unicorn, usually darker brown or very strong looking.
Calico, maybe?
Calico often.
A rough and tumble unicorn.
Rough and tumble, yep, with much bigger feet, which feet could be like this big.
Those are big feet.
It is. They are.
What size of shoe would that be?
Oh, I don't think they could
like
put
a shack
shoes on
size?
them. Yeah. It could stomp a building easily, some of them. We also have our hornless unicorn, which some people think is very similar to a horse, but they do have all the powers of a unicorn despite not having a horn. They're used more when unicorns can't be seen. The Queen's carriage is actually pulled by hornless unicorns.
Now, let me ask you this. How would you tell a hornless unicorn from a horse?
Oh, that's a very good question. If you've studied, you can note some slight differences. The coloring is usually a little bit different. The shade of the eye, and there is often a little spot on the head where a horn could be.
Should have been.
Yeah, should have been. Yeah.
Interesting. And the third type?
The third type is the winged unicorn, almost like a mix between a unicorn and a pegasus.
Now, is this unicorn flightless, or does it possess flight?
No, it does possess flight.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so Abby's free-for-alls are legendary of going on a unicorn hunt. Not hunt, but more of a unicorn observance,
Yes.
exploration, and it's very exciting. Also covered many of the stories and the legend behind the unicorn. Is that not true, Abby?
That is very true.
Very good. Well, thank you for your insights. That's a little background on Abby here.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions, you can post them in the comment section here. I'm sure we should be able to get back to you about any questions about unicorns.
We're very knowledgeable people.
Abby is also our resident advisor. People write her stories in staff meetings. She creates answers to them. She's our resident columnist and advice expert.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little other something.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. So back to staff training, everyone. Tam, what was now that it's all over? We still have some staff yet to come.
It's true. We are missing a few.
The folks who are still in high school join us. Some join us next week. Some join us the week after. But families come on Monday.
Yep.
Today
very
is
soon. Very soon.
Thursday.
So what is that? 4 days?
I don't know.
Something like that.
It's hard to tell if you count the day that you. Some people don't always count the day
Yeah,
you're still
I know,
on,
right?
or do you count Monday as
Because
a day?
we're at the end of the day right now, is there still day left?
The math is confuses me. Right.
Who knows?
Anywhere from 3 to 4 days, I would say.
It's true. That's
Or that
I'd say that's
maybe
fairly
4 to
accurate.
5.
Moderately accurate.
I don't know the math. Because the days would go by letters, not by numbers. So really,
And that really makes
hard
more
to tell.
sense. You should almost have an alphabetical system for time.
or a numerical system for days.
That would make even.
That's why we have day
sense.
1, 2, 3 on the schedule.
Mm.
But today is day 10
10.
of staff training.
10. Day 10.
Tomorrow is definitely 11.
Tomorrow, that
Yeah,
makes-
so we have our safe boating course.
Mhm.
So, what was everyone's favorite part of staff
Oh.
training?
Well, one of my favorites every year is the welcome. So when
Oh.
the staff first get here, they kind of all pile off the boat, and you get to see all those familiar and all the new faces, and they always look so a little bit scared but a little bit excited, and yeah, you just can't wait to do the fun activities for them. And yeah, that's probably one of the better times.
We do have a good population of
We do.
returning staff this
Mhm.
year.
Quite a few.
I'd say almost half.
I would say yes, at least 50 to 51%.
Oh, to 51%.
51.
I don't even think that's
It
an
would,
accurate representation.
clearly, you've never met Jesse.
Oh, yeah. 51%, yeah. Okay. Abby, do you know your favorite yet?
Yes, actually, I would have to go with staff out trip.
No.
That
What
was
made
fun.
it so memorable for you and
It was
fun?
it was a lot of fun. I don't know, it's just nice, get away from camp, sit around a fire, get to know people a little bit better, see how people act when they're tired, or can figure out which people sleep talk and which don't. It's good times.
Maybe throw a marshmallow or two.
Of course. What's a
There was an epic marshmallow fight this
Yeah,
year.
there was.
We
may
won.
have,
High five.
we won. We also may have instigated it. So, conquerors, we are.
Yes, conquerors of the Marshmallow Wars. It started out with stones,
It started with rocks.
moved to bark,
Mm-hmm.
and
Even a few chips here and there.
Chocolate chips, that
Chocolate
was.
chips.
yes,
And then marshmallow
it was a
chunks.
dangerous battle.
It was.
Some
Lost many
of the
living.
marshmallows were ripped, some of them were flecked,
Some
some
were
of them
even
were
torn
even
with
pre-chewed.
Guilty.
Me as well. But what can you do?
Yeah.
My favorite part, I'd have to say, was performing with you in Hansel and Gretel Campfire.
That was fantastic.
Back to my roots. I first did Hansel and Gretel Campfire 8 years ago,
That was a. Yeah, that
and
was a while ago.
haven't done it. And then I did it again 6 years ago, and this is the first time in 6 years I played Gretel.
Does it feel a little bit like returning home?
Oh, like always.
You seem to fit that.
It's like the fresh,
right back in.
familiar smells of coming back to camp. It all comes back to you.
Just rushes in.
Yeah, and
That's
it's really great. I had fun because that was one of the best renditions that I've had. We had a good
It's
time.
true. It's true. I enjoyed it. I did some Hansel and Gretel action myself last year. But that was just pure good old fashioned family fun.
We are missing Honey Ben, who
It's true.
who
Miss you,
played
Ben.
Gretel last year.
If you're watching,
Your locks were missed. So, does anyone have anything else?
I did, and then I forgot.
Well, next week is Family Camp 1, and we'll have a different guest, and maybe a different location, because they're probably going to be doing tuck-in here, and it'll be a busy place, so we won't be able to conduct our podcast here, but maybe we will have perhaps our permanent location will be ready. We've been working long and hard, and who knows who will join us next week.
It's true. It'll be a
surprise. Well, thank you very much, Abby.
Thank you, guys.
You will be busy because you are also a nurse during the summer. So your evenings are going to be very busy from now on out. So we got you early while we could.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, thank you.
All right. See you next week. Adios.